Hi everybody, this is Psych About Books, back again with another book recap. If you don't remember, my recaps are actually going to talk about the plots and the synopsis and things that actually happen in the book, so there are spoilers. So if you don't want to know that at all, don't listen. Stop, rewind, exit, don't watch. But if you want to remember what happened in A Shadow Crown by Melissa Blair, then sit along with me and I will talk it out. So, A Shadow Crown, this picks up where A Broken Blade left off. So, A Broken Blade is the first book of the series, A Shadow Crown is the second. And what this book entails is it follows Kira still. She in the beginning, finally realizes who's behind the rebellion, which is actually Killian, who is the king's second-born son. So, not the heir, but the second son. He is actually the one working behind Riven in the backgrounds, who's kind of puppeting everybody. While going through this novel, the big plots are that she is actually a bonded pair with Riven. It's kind of like mates that you might have heard in other Fae novels, but for this one, they're a bonded pair. She also finds out where she came from, because that was a big mystery. She didn't have any memories. She was found on the side of a cliff. And it turns out that she is not light fae, but she somehow absorbed their energy. What the book reveals is that the light fae are indeed extinct, because there's light fae and dark fae. The light fae are extinct, for lack of a better term. However, they had sealed Kira into a tree, and she was able to like siphon off the magic from the light fae, so that's why she has magic. This book then follows with another subplot where there's a Lord Cunningham who's stealing like money from the kingdom. Kira uses that to make sure that she doesn't become beheaded, that she doesn't get replaced. With that, all of this is happening while working through, still trying to overthrow, still trying to overthrow the king, or trying to destroy the kingdom. The book comes to an apex where the king actually dies. He was really ill and he dies. And the heir, who everybody thought was this dumb, didn't know what was going on, heir to the throne, actually bought sellswords to overthrow the kingdom's army, which was the Shades, and to take over and actually rule the kingdom. So that is pretty much how the book ends. The book ends with Kira getting out. She was captured. This was the king dying. The heir prince taking over was revealed to her. Of the other shades that were in charge, one of them gets murdered, Hildegard. Other than that, Hildegard leaves like a note to her to try and save her wife, which is another shade. Gerarda, which is one of the other shades that don't really like Kira. Gerarda is actually the one that saves her and gets her out safely. But the book ends with us not knowing what happened to Riven. We also don't know what happened to Killian, who is the second prince in line, because Killian was also captured. So I definitely think there's going to be a third book. My overall rating of this book is going to be a low one. It's going to be a 5 out of 10. There wasn't much smut. There's maybe one scene. Other than that, there was a lot of subplots that I personally felt like could have been seen through further, and maybe that'll come with the third book in this series. But there was a lot of subplots that I feel were either not developed enough or were not necessary per se. I also felt like there was significant world building that didn't really come together until towards the end. So there was a lot of description, but it was kind of hard to envision, at least for me. And overall, it kind of dragged. If there is another book in this series, I will read it, because obviously I'm invested. I want to know what happens with Kira. I want to know what happens with Riven. But overall, I'd say it's about a 5 out of 10. So hopefully, Melissa Blair, pick up the pace. Let's get the third book out so I can read it and give another recap. Thank you.